This is King Shuk. Welcome to our channel Anecdote Tales. Let's talk about ghosts. Have you ever wondered, how is a ghost born? Do they lay eggs, or do they come out from the dark underworld? Let's find out in this video. There is a saying, do not believe what you hear, believe what you see. And it goes the same way to ghost citation too. There are lots of purely scientific explanations for seeing ghosts, but before that I want to focus in the seeing, hearing, and believing side of the story. You will find a handful of people who claim to have seen paranormal activities or supernatural things. And many more are there who say, they heard facts from the former. Now, I would try to point out the amount of distortion and noise infliction a visual signal suffers before becoming the audio information in your ear. Let's divide the whole signal deformation process into three parts. A. Visual signal input to brain. B. Distortion in brain. C. Audio information output from the brain. There is visual information lying in front of you. Now it can suffer from two types of distortion. On its way to the eye. On its way from the eye to brain. Say, the place was dark, shadowy or misty. Generally ghosts are not that fond of bright sunny days. Man-made or natural optical illusion like a road which seems to have a negative slope might actually be having a positive slope, which solved many paranormal mysteries like the magnetic hills in Ladakh. Again, sometimes a group of indistinct reflections combine to a shape, also causing error in collecting the information. And the next question is, if your state of mind has made you to collect the information in an erroneous way. Say, you were excited or nervous, or you had a mental biasness about the existence of ghost at that place, or evermore, you reformed the collected hazy incomplete information in your eyes. And while sending it to the brain, you modulated that data to a meaningful one, to suffice the incompleteness about it. Say, your eyes gets a shadow closely resembling the side face of an old lady, and your brain receives simply, side face of an old lady. These together may be called as error in data collection, and is the only permanent error in the whole process. Because, all the next distortions can be rethought, rearranged and reinterpreted more logically from the beginning, that is the collected data. B. Coming to the distortions in the brain. This is the most critical part, which acts as a pivot and decides whether you would believe that you saw a ghost. This is the transfer function of the process. For a moment you would try to explain what you saw. Your biased mind has already harmed the collected signal. Now it plays over the information again. Say, it is still shapeless information, and your brain would search for a logical conclusion. Failure to find a scientific reason behind it, it has one logical conclusion left: paranormal. Now, the science may be beyond your knowledge, or may be camouflaging in front of your eyes. But if your common sense can't find logic, you might look no further, but put it to their name. It may really be ghosts, but there may be 10 other parallel logical explanations to that incident, which you ignored. Some people use many scientific devices to make a scientific-minded investigation. But most of them do not use the only scientific aid we have got, unbiased logic. Your imagination will take the job of drawing conclusions, and already your nascent visual memory will have lot more than what you really saw. Then, your logic will draw lines to join points of event or stories regarding that place, say, someone who died there, or some urban legend. Thus you have linked two or more completely unrelated incidents, and here your brain has established the belief in you. Now, from the brain to the ears. Exaggeration is the noise here. You are now telling your experience to others. Yes, you are not telling what you saw, but what you experienced. Unless you are truly scientific, you cannot pass on the visual data you have collected, without biasing it, with your conclusion or belief about it. It will attenuate the actual data that contradict your belief, and boost those that strengthens it. Also, if the thing is yet shapeless in your brain, it will induce some noise to your words, only for the sheer purpose of shaping it to definiteness. And thirdly, here are some exaggerations which are much closer to lies. You build them up to color the story, or to get the thrill of experiencing the so-called supernatural. Now, you have told it to the person you were just telling, and this information next goes through his transfer function. That is, his brain. There it either gets enhanced, or if lucky, attenuated, and the process continues. In one or more of the paths of this chain process, it may soon become a legend, and a haunted place gets born, or becomes powerful, if already existing. So, a ghost, in lion's share of cases, actually is born in our brain and its input-output system. In some other cases, new science is discovered, like the fact that subsonic 18.98 Hz sound wave causes the sensation of fear, and slow poisoning of carbon monoxide gas causes severe hallucination. Also, existence of strong magnetic field, which is very common in old houses with lots of iron rods and structures, can cause hallucinations. All of these three factors causes physical damages like bleeding from nostrils and ears, increasing blood pressure, and in severe cases, even death. And you might only find a handful of cases, overall, whose explanations are waiting for some new scientific discovery. My personal opinion never erases one of such discoveries related to what happens after death. But till now, ghosts are not proven yet, instead they are used to fill the gaps with dark thrills, where logic fails. Thanks for watching. I hope this makes your perspectives more rational about our otherworldly friends. Push the like button if you had a good time watching this, and tell in the comments about your ideas of how ghosts are born. Knowing how they are born, next time we will talk about what exactly is the logic behind our fear about ghosts. Is it their appearance in legends, or do we feel that they will kill us? Or is it something else, something more psychological? Subscribe our channel so that you don't miss any of our interesting anecdotes.